Okay? That's the double paradiddle. Hi, my name is Michael Dubin, and welcome to the second installment of What Did Freddie Gruber Teach Me? Today we're going to work on the double paradiddle with 2 accents out of the Buddy Rich book. That's my copy from, well, that's a copy of my copy from back in the day. And what we're going to learn is a secret thing that is more than Moeller, okay? I'm not going to go into the specifics of this. You'll have to go to the extended lesson for that. But what I will do is demonstrate it, okay? And when I say more than Moeller, I just mean that there's more going on within the hand than the Moeller technique. Okay, so this is in the traditional grip and the match grip. We're going to stay away from the French tippity grip, okay? If you want to reach for a cymbal and you're in the French tippity grip and you come to it like this, or you go to a tom-tom, that's fine, right? Because the hand will turn over. But for now, we're going to stay on the snare drum. If you have a palm down grip, you're going to get a better sound out of the drum than playing in the French tippity grip, okay? You're going to get tone instead of, hear the difference? So we're going to stick with this for right now. Now, you're going to play the bass drum along with this exercise in 3/4 and 6/8. In 3/4, you're playing the bass drum on 1 and 2 and 3 end. You're going to play it on 1, 2, and 3. When you go to 6/8, it's like a gear shift in the car, right? You're going to go from 2nd gear to 3rd gear, and you're going to be playing the bass drum on 1 and 4 with the accent. Okay, so the accent is going to be in 6/8 on the 1st and 3rd beat. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're playing in 3/4, it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And if you haven't seen the first video, I suggest you go watch it and then go to the Gumroad site. The extension is going to be down below in the description of this video, okay, which will take you to the Gumroad site, which has a breakdown of what's happening in the hand that you don't see. And just so you know, this was all very secretive stuff. It's still secretive. People don't have any idea what Freddie Gruber taught. It's all speculation because there's no one really teaching it right now as Freddie taught it. They implement it in certain ways, but I'm sharing with you my lessons that were personal to me that I got from Freddie and the way that he would break down the hand motion, okay? So you'll notice in this exercise that there's an upstroke. You got to be sharp to check it out, okay? Okay, you can also play the accents around the drums. You could play on the tom-toms, play the accents, 2 accents on the tom-toms, small tom, floor tom. Okay, you could also play it on the cymbal with the bass drum. That's how we did it. We would go back and forth between 6/8 and 3/4. I suggest starting in 6/8 to see how fast you can do it and then going to the 3/4. Aside from practicing slow, it's good to have a max tempo, I think. Now you'll notice too that the over-exaggeration, right, of motion. This is what practice is, over-exaggeration of motion. When I go to play it fast, I'm going to forget about that and I'm just going to play, right? And Freddie would say to me, Michael, when you go to play, forget about the lesson, just play, okay? But you have to get the repetition and the reps in, and you got to get it into your muscle memory, right? So what we're doing when we go slow is we're, as my martial arts instructor says, Guru Dan, you're burning in the muscle memory into the central nervous system, the pathways. You're putting the reps in that are going to build those muscles and give you the muscle memory you need to execute these rudiments. because each of these rudiments has a hand motion. And the reason why I'm breaking down each of the rudiments into a hand motion is because each of the motions are different. You're going to play a double paradiddle differently if you accent the first beat, or if you accent the first and the third beat, or you accent the upstroke on the second beat. Okay? Each of it's going to have a different feel. And another thing to diverge really quick, why did the pros go to study with Freddie? Right? The top pros, why did they go to study with him? Because what they were learning was a approach to playing a swinging rudimental technique that those guys grew up listening to. The Buddy Riches, the Louis Belsons, you know, the Elvin Jones, all these guys, Charlie Persip, somebody with chops, right? What they were trying to get to is a loose swinging approach where you won't hurt yourself, and you got a natural swing using body mechanics. It's a lot like learning a golf swing, or, you know, learning to turn your body into the ball or throw the ball like this, right? So you're learning body mechanics. That's what Freddie taught in relationship to the rudiments. I'll say it again, body mechanics, right? When you punch, you don't just punch like this. You're going to punch and you're going to turn your body. So that's what we're trying to get to. And each of these rudiments is going to have a particular hand motion that goes along with it. Okay? And like I said, if you want the total breakdown, go to the Gumroad site in the description. And what we're going to do is, at the end of this Paradiddle series, we're going to link these up into a flow drill that goes from one to the other. And that's what improvisation is, right? You're just combining things and mixing, matching rudiments and putting them together and phrasing them in different ways. And that's what jazz is, basically, okay? So, once again, I'll do it in the match grip. So you got 1 and 2 and 3, and 1, 2 and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I'll do it with a traditional grip. Right? Okay, that's the double paradiddle. Once again, you got to accent 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, there's a secret technique in here that I will break down in the Gumroad extended lesson, okay? You don't see it happening. You have some Moeller technique going on, but there's another thing happening, and it's based on rebound, and really it's like a basketball. The tip of this stick is the ball, and your goal is to get it to bounce, okay? Whether you're playing in system, Moeller, right? Or your fingers, okay? There's lots of different ways to get this to bounce. Not just Moeller technique, not just fingers, not just push-pull, right? We didn't call it push-pull, we called it system. For whatever reason, Freddie called it system. You weren't pushing or pulling anything, but we'll get to that later, okay? So anyways, go to the Gumroad site. The description's in the box below. Review the first lesson if you need to. Put the time in, put the reps in, and see if you can watch the hand motion. That's what I want you to do. Watch the hand motion. Freddie would have us demonstrate this for guys at the NAMM show. Top people, I'm not going to name names. We would demonstrate for them, and they would sit there and go, wow, whoa, right? Those guys later went on to study with Freddie. Okay? So, where there's smoke, there's fire. Freddie Gruber was no accident, let's just say. All right? So, I'm going to break it down the way he showed me. Now, with other students, he probably showed them a different way, okay? But you'll have to go to them to find out what they learned from Freddie. This is what I learned. Okay, so let's get started with the breakdown lesson. What I'm showing you now is the pop, drop, release.